So it's a win away from home for Arsenal, and honestly, that is not the talking point here because we have to talk about how bad Tottenham were in this game. Honestly, we do. Um, they couldn't finish their chances off. There were players that were taking 2 or 3 touches, maybe even 4 or 5 before the shot, and Tottenham didn't look like scoring at all. I mean, there was a couple of chances, but Arsenal also did have chances where they could have scored more goals as well. There was one from Martinelli, where he could have squared it to Saka, but he just went for the shot and missed. And Raya caught it very easily. No, Vicario caught it very easily, sorry. I just think Tottenham, they're so average. I just don't know what works for them because the last 3 games, they've got 2 losses now. They've got 1 win and 1 draw. And you cannot be losing at home to Arsenal when they don't have a full strength squad. Why do I keep saying squad? It's squad. When they don't have a full strength squad. They didn't have either Rice or Odegaard in the team today, and they still beat Tottenham. Now, you may think, Arsenal are just too good. No. Tottenham, they're just bad. They're so bad. And I don't mean to offend any Tottenham fans, but they're just so bad. I mean, it must be so frustrating for Tottenham fans. They watch their team week in, week out, and they just get the same crap results. They beat Everton 4-0 in the second game week of the Premier League, but Everton are bottom of the league. And they've lost all 4 games in the Premier League season so far. I just don't know how long you can give Ange. I really don't know how long you can give Ange, because this game just goes to show how average Tottenham are, and since they sold Harry Kane, they have been on a slippery slope. They really have. They do play European football this season, I think. Yeah, they do. But they haven't played in the Champions League for the last 5 years. They haven't. They got to the semi-finals of the Champions League in 2019. But apart from that, I don't think they've been in the Champions League since that moment. Oh no, they got to the final, sorry. I at least got to credit Tottenham for something. But yeah, they do play in the Europa League this season, and I can't even see them winning that. You know, the Conference League is worse than the Europa League, and they still didn't win that when they were in it. It must be painful as a Tottenham fan to watch this sometimes. I mean, you've got Arsenal, who are one of the best teams in the league now, in the other half, playing poetry football, and then you've got Tottenham, who are just bang average. Honestly, you could even say that Chelsea are better than Tottenham at the minute. I mean, they're probably on the same level. They are probably on the same level. I just don't see a world where Tottenham... I mean, they're the only top 6 club in the Champions League, except from Arsenal, who haven't won a Champions League. Arsenal are definitely going to win it before Tottenham. There's no doubt about that. It's just when it'll happen. It won't happen this year, because... It just won't happen. There's too much competition in this year. There's over 36 teams in the Champions League. And it's a league phase, which will be much harder, because you've got to fight... I mean, I think there's only 10 positions. Or, there's not many positions to go through to the round of 16 for the Champions League this season. There's I think it's 10 positions. I don't know what it is. I think... straight away qualified is from 1st to 10th, and then I don't know how it works. I'm still getting used to it myself. But yeah, I really do think that Tottenham need to play better football. It's just a matter of time now for Ange. I mean, it's unacceptable. It really is. There's just players in that team that just don't look good. I mean, they signed Wilson Odobert from Burnley in the summer transfer window. Wilson Odobert. I mean, I thought Archie Gray was better than he was, but clearly I was wrong. I meant to say I thought Archie Gray was better than he actually is, but clearly I was wrong. Dominic Solanke, since he signed for Tottenham, I just don't know. I mean, I don't know what's happened to him I think Bournemouth is his level. If he signs for a club better than Bournemouth, I mean, when he played for Liverpool, he was crap. When he played for Chelsea, he was crap. And now he plays for Tottenham, and he's crap. Yeah. Arsenal are just such a better team than Tottenham. They really are. And this was a chance for Tottenham to pounce on Arsenal to see what they could do with this. I mean, Tottenham had Maddison, Son, Brennan Johnson, who was also crap today. They had Bergvall. I don't know if he played or not. And they still managed to lose. With playing against a team that doesn't have Rice, Marino, Calafiori or Odegaard in it. They still lost to the Arsenal team that doesn't have, like, it's not like the best squad that Arsenal could field. It's not that. I mean, it was still a great team that they fielded, but like, they have Odegaard in that team and it makes it 10 times better. They have Rice in that team. It makes it 10 times better. That midfield of Rice, I think Partey's in the midfield. Rice, Partey and Odegaard is unstoppable at the minute. And, like, Odegaard's now going to be out for 3 weeks, but it doesn't seem to be bothering Arsenal in the slightest. Rice is going to be back in 2 games. They go to play Man City at the Etihad next week. That will be one of their hardest games of the season. I mean, Man City are unstoppable at the minute. They're probably going to go on to win like a 5th league title in a row. And we're talking about them playing Arsenal in a potential title race. Yeah. Arsenal will be lucky to scrape a draw out of that one. I'm not saying that Arsenal can't win that. I'm just saying they'll be lucky to scrape a draw out of it. You can't go to the Etihad Stadium and expect to win because it doesn't normally happen. I mean, for a team like Arsenal, yes, it is possible because their team is stacked. Let's be honest here. Their team is stacked. They played Ethan Nwaneri today, and he looks decent. He honestly, I mean, we didn't see much of him because it was near towards the end of the game, sort of 10 minutes towards the end of the game that he was subbed on. But that kid is going to be, he's going to have a bright future at Arsenal, and it could turn out like Saka, because Saka at Arsenal in the first team, very good. It's so good. I mean, if Havertz... No, it wasn't Havertz. It was Martinelli. If Martinelli squares that ball to Saka in that area, Arsenal are 2-0 up. I mean, that did happen before they scored the goal in the second half. But Martinelli squares that ball to Saka and they make it 1-0. And then obviously they went to score a goal, which would have made it 2-0. But yeah, Tottenham have got to take their chances. They really have. At times in this game, they looked really poor. I hardly heard Son's name mentioned. Since Kane left, he's probably their best player. Kulusevski is solid, but nowhere near Son. And, like, obviously, it's the fact that Tottenham, they don't have it. They really don't anymore. 5 years ago, that might have been different. This video might have been different. But Tottenham just don't have it anymore. They haven't finished in the top 4 for the last 6 years. And it's ridiculous. It's ridiculous how bad Tottenham are. Obviously, I don't want to offend any Tottenham fans because Liverpool lost yesterday. So they could laugh at us. But it's unforgivable. I mean, it's just a question of how much time Ange has now, because I think Tottenham have given him enough time. Last season, at the start of the season, they were more or less in a title race, and now they're losing to the likes of Newcastle. I mean, Arsenal, yeah, that's a given, because Arsenal are one of the best teams in the league, one of the best teams probably in Europe right now. But they've drawn to Leicester, a newly promoted team, and they're getting shit-housed by Vardy. I mean, it's hard to avoid that shithousery, but yeah. Abysmal from Tottenham today. Great again from Arsenal. What can you say? It's Arsenal. They always upset teams. And yeah, if you enjoyed that video, you know what to do, which means like, subscribe, turn post notifications on, and I'll see you in the next one. Peace out.